What is up, everybody? My name's Grandma3 and welcome back to a brand new episode of Redstone Craft. Now today guys, we are going to be making a cocoa bean farm. Now where am I? I am underground. Right under, okay, that was one step too far. Right under our beautiful house that we built last time. That is still beautiful till this day. And yeah, my objective is to not really mess with the top of this island that much, or at least as little as I possibly can, because I just want to build a cool place here. We might have a farm or two, but a farm like this, the cocoa bean farm, which is generally just an ugly farm, really is going underground because there's no point in it not. So I dug this out underneath here. You can see I have the elevator in a crisscross pattern. It just makes it easier for me to go up and down. And down here we have a little room. I already have a bunch of chests here. You don't really need these. This is what you need, minus the minus the cobblestone. I'm just using that as filler blocks. But everything else is really simple. This is going to be a 17 wide farm. All of these, this entire thing is expandable to the side. And the design isn't by anyone in specific. I didn't copy this from anywhere. I built it, but it's also not my design because it doesn't have any great innovation. I'm sure 100,000 people already built this farm, so I'm not going to claim credit for it. I don't know who first thought of it, and if they did, it was back when observers first came out, because observers really are game changers for cocoa bean farms. So the first thing you're going to have to do is place the pistons. So you're going to place the piston, the top piston, right here. And then you're going to leave 3 blocks and place the bottom piston. The reason for this is because we are going to have 2 blocks with cocoa beans. It can be a lot more. I think the pushing limit's around 12. And then you need 1 more block, which is an air gap for it to come up and down. Now, after that, what you need is to grab your repeaters and your redstone, and let's start with the bottom. We're just going to post it all the way down like this, and all the way to the side. And we're actually going to need our lever, because the issue with this farm is that every 15 blocks, you need to extend your signal. Now, in order to do that, all you really have to do is this. This. Oh, there it is. Okay, there you go. All you really have to do is this. So you need 1, 2, 3 more redstone and 2 more repeaters, just so you can extend it and cross it over to, in this case, it's just the last 2. I really should have made this 15 long, but if you want to, you can keep extending infinitely. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that specifically with cocoa beans, but I'm sure the mechanics apply for something else. Now I'm just going to run this redstone here and place this here. This is just the activation switch. It really isn't magical. Now after that, you should grab your jungle logs. In this case, 2 per, so 2 times 17 is 34. And you're actually only going to need 1 observer. I had leftovers because I was building another design, but then I realized they wasn't really needed. What you do is you place them on the bottom part, and you just go around placing the 2 of them just like that. I actually need my blocks. Why not? Okay. So I'm actually going to cover this with blocks. You don't have to. The reason I'm doing this is because my objective with this island is not to have to deal with mobs at all. So covering up everywhere the mobs can spawn is essential for me. And make sure you don't add delay to any of these. Not because it will damage the farm. It's mostly because you're going to have it off sync, and that is sort of annoying. And if you use it a lot, you could end up bugging out your server. So just try not to. Important to fill everything up. So not even, actually, Ooh, fun trick since we're doing this. Since there's no mob, hostile mob at least in Minecraft, which is 1 block tall and 1 block wide, if you want to stop mob spawning, all you have to do in a 2x2 like this, all you have to do is make a crisscross pattern like this, because nothing will spawn in here and nothing will spawn in here, so no need to waste more resources. Now, once you're up here, you're gonna have to find a way to detect the wood coming up. Now, in the old days, you would run a redstone wire up here with some delay and just use that. But because I like complicating the situation, I'm gonna place an observer right there pointing to the top wood. It's important that's the top wood because it's the only block that never has a piston passing it. I used to, my old design would have an observer here pointing here, but this would start an infinite clock because the piston was always going down and the observer would detect it and it would enter a vicious cycle. But we're not going to do that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run redstone wiring, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to place a lever here and we're going to do the test again. Just go all the way to the end and you can see once again we failed 2 little bits. So that goes there. That goes there. There, this should work. This is different from the one below, but it should still work. I hope. And just place your beaters again. Oh no, it doesn't, okay. That worked, but in that case I don't... Okay, this is what we have below. That makes sense. Okay. Any extra blocks there? Nope. So now you'll see they're all activated all the way to the end, so feel free to remove your lever now. Place down the repeater here, run the redstone, and let me just get out of here. Oh wait, I need to... God damn it. Okay, there we go. Mobs shouldn't spawn on redstone, so everything else should be fine. And just place this... Actually, right, this is... I need a button. I was gonna be like, oh, we don't need a lever, because it's true, you don't, you need a button. I don't have smelted stone. Most of my wood is oak, so... Okay, nope, go down. Alright, let's try this. I'm sorry, what? Did this not cause an update? It has to have caused an update, right? Oh, I know. Okay, my bad. See, this caused an update. I forgot something. You need to add 4 ticks of delay there and another 4 ticks here, because otherwise it's just gonna fire has the other piston still intact, hence not really working. Maybe a little bit more delay. Is this silk touch? Yes, it is. Let me try a stone button. See, this is what happens when I design farms. Alright. Okay, see? Okay, yeah, just use a stone button. That was the trick. Reason for is stone buttons have a shorter pulse than wood buttons, so it's important to keep that in mind. And I just realized I actually can't have the button there. It needs to be on the other side. So with that out of the way, all you have to do now is plant your cocoa beans and wait for them to grow. Now, sadly, I really only have one cocoa bean. That wasn't just me being ironical. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit. And I'm just gonna put down some chests there so we can store the cocoa beans. Yeah, really cool farm, right? And really simple to make. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for this so the whole place is done, so we can see how many cocoa beans this produces, and then I'm gonna do some math to give you how many makes an hour. So be right back. Okay guys, so we're back, and I ran some quick tests here, and a full wall of these 17 by 17 by 2 gives me a stack and 36, so this is 100 cocoa beans when fully grown. So I did some math, and the one that took, I clocked this, I'm looking at my phone by the way, sorry, because I have math here. The one that took the least amount of time took just under a minute to grow. The one that took the most amount of time took 24 minutes. Now, most of them fit between the 3 and 7 minute mark. So, if we average that out, it's 5 minutes a pot to grow fully. So you get 100 cocoa beans on average per every 5 minutes. So considering an hour has 60 minutes, that's 30 times 100, that's 3,000 cocoa beans per... Oh god, that's a lot. Wait, no, it's 300, it's not 3,000. Yeah, 60 divided by 5. 60 divided by 5. Yeah, you're right. Times 100. Oh no, 12,000. 12,000. Okay, I've been editing for a very long time. Don't judge me on that math. But 12,000 cocoa beans per hour on average. Of course, you do have to account for your replant time, which isn't fully automatic. We could make it fully automatic. I could place a minecart here and just go back and forward. You can see that they grow really randomly. They have like a 20% chance of growing every couple ticks, I think. But yeah, it's a really cool farm. I enjoy this. It's the most like minimalistic cocoa bean farm I've done in a very long time. But yeah, I know this episode was really short, but you know, short and sweet. We've had some pretty long episodes recently, and I've been recording RLcraft and editing it. Editing RLcraft is such a huge task because unlike these videos where I clip things that I'm doing, in RLcraft I have to watch in the case of the underwater monument, which has gone up almost 2 months now for you guys, but I was editing that today. The clip was an hour and a half. I probably spent around 3 hours editing it. Not because I have a lot of editing to do, but because I have to watch the entire clip time and time again to know what to cut out. Because you guys don't see an hour and a half of a clip, you see an hour. But yeah, I sincerely hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Just a little one this week. And next week we will have a cool little farm. I'm still deciding which one it'll be, but I'm sure it'll be a cool little farm. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like and subscribe to the channel. And that's it for today, folks. I'm out. Peace.